What is going on, guys? Nick here, back for the first time in a year, almost exactly a year. It's been 11 months since I did the goodbye video, but I took a break prior to that, and yeah, I am coming back. I am happy to be able to say that. When I left last time, the pandemic had really just started. I think I left in May of last year, and the pandemic was like this, like, oh, it's not gonna last that long, and then here we are a year later. Just yesterday, with at least America got the approval not to wear masks because you've been vaccinated, which I have been, which is awesome. But yeah, I in that goodbye video, I talked about the reasons I was leaving. At least some of the reasons. Some of the reasons I didn't say, and I'll touch on that um, in this video. But yeah, I'm coming back because I had basically all my plans flipped upside down because of the pandemic. In the goodbye video, if you guys haven't watched that, I'll leave it up for a couple days. I'm planning on taking it down since I'm coming back. um, but I'll leave it up until at least Monday. Um, but yeah, I was originally like, okay, I'm gonna go focus on getting my teaching credentials, becoming a high school teacher, and doing all that stuff. Pandemic hits, and I can't do that anymore. The way that you become a teacher, at least here in America, I don't know how it is elsewhere, is you have to do student teaching, which is 8 weeks of no pay. You're just in the classroom with a teacher in there, and you're kind of learning the ropes from that. But you have to do that to become a teacher. Now the problem with that is during that pandemic, I got dropped as a substitute, so I wasn't making money teaching. And so if I would have then went and did another 8 weeks of student teaching, I would have had no income for a good chunk of the pandemic. That couldn't happen. Not no income because I had another job. I had a weekend job, but my main source of income was that teaching, and that got dropped. So that was a bit of panic. But when one door closes, another one hopefully opens most of the time. And I got lucky enough that that's what happened to me at my other job. I let my boss know that I was going to try to get extra hours because I got dropped from being a teacher, and she was like, "Hey, I got this promotion coming. If you're making a pivot, I think you could easily land this job as long as I do the interview well and stuff like that." And I did. I got it. So that basically saved my life over the course of the pandemic. And so now my career trajectory is more tied to that company. I mean, I enjoy working there. The company's been super good to me. And ironically enough, this past week I was approached about possibly teaching just at the job, being the person who trains everybody. So because they like that I had the formal teaching training. But yeah, so that's nice. But what's also nice on top of that is it opened my schedule to where now I can do this again. And when I say do this, it's gonna be different. I last time I kind of got burnt out on doing YouTube Let's Plays. It's hard to sit here and talk to yourself for like I'd normally record in batches, so it'd be like an hour recording, maybe like an hour and a half, depending on what game it was. And then like you record 3 episodes, you mess something up on the first one, you don't get feedback that you can apply until the fourth one. And it's a whole thing that got exhausting. And like it is still like, as much as like I got a ton of feedback um and comments and stuff like that, it still felt lonely. Which is like I don't know, it felt like I was like doing this thing, I was talking to myself for like an hour, and then I just get yelled at on the internet for all the mistakes I made. Not that you guys weren't super helpful, but it's a weird dynamic. And so recently I beefed up my internet greatly, and I'm gonna be making this switch over to Twitch. I am still going to do, I think at least, some YouTube content. I'm actually planning on taking a like kind of class thing on how to edit videos, because if I do YouTube videos, I want them to be a bit higher quality than just I hit record, play game for 30 minutes, and then upload it. I want to do like actual edited stuff. So I'm going to learn how to do that. So that'll be the YouTube content. And then I also will be uploading all of the VODs from the Twitch stream in like hour chunks on the YouTube channel. So if you miss it and you want to watch it on YouTube or whatever, then you can do that. And yeah, with the drastic kind of change, it's not drastic. That's, I'm being dramatic. But with the change back to Twitch, well, most of you guys don't know I did Twitch before, because I did it ironically under a different name. God knows I can't keep my branding. But I think it helps me every time, because I've stopped and started. This is my second time doing this, and both times I've changed my branding, which kind of gets me a bit more hyped. I feel less tethered to what I was doing previously. I still have the same taste in games, but I'm just a little less tethered. And so yeah, so I did a full rebrand, and I will show that off right now. Hello. This is my Twitch layout. My new username, my Twitch name is gonna be Nicholas Knack. I've had the nickname when I did like amateur gaming, like pro gaming. Oh my god, I can use hand signals now. I forgot about that. I talk with my hands all the time, and I could never do that in the videos. But now I'm gonna have face cam on most of my things. Also, apologies, I'm rocking the super long COVID hair. I got to get that cut before my wedding. Oh yeah, I got engaged. I got engaged in October. Big life moment. Super dope. Love my fiance. That's cool. Anytime I referenced my girlfriend in past videos, she is now my fiance. So that's nice. But yeah, got the long COVID hair. So apologies. I don't know what to do with it as long as my hair's ever been. But yeah, got the I went on a fucking tangent there. But yeah, Nicholas Knack, when I first did like amateurish pro gaming in SOCOM US Navy SEALs for the PlayStation 2. I was like 16. And yeah, my name was Nick Knack the whole time. It was always that. And then I was like, when I was like in high school, and so I was like, oh, I had to have something like cool and like, you know, not just my name like tied to something else. So I was like, okay, let me, you know, I've been through a billion different usernames and stuff, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna take it back to the classic. Also, Nicholas plus my last name is taken. I had the most basic name. It's so upsetting. And then the more upsetting thing is, every time I thought of a name, I would go and like look that name up on Twitch and see if it was taken. They all looked vaguely like me, which made me even more mad. Like, it was all Nicks who looked vaguely like me. Like, they all had the beard. They all were like roughly ginger. Everybody had a receding hairline. Like, it was just, it was like I was in the one with Jet Li and I had to go fucking destroy them to gain power. But yeah, so I was looking around. I landed on this. I like this a lot. It's basic. I can still do my intro of, hey, it's Nick, and it still works. And then you guys can call me Nick as well, or Nicholas. I don't care. But yeah, so this is the change from now. Obviously, at some point the chat will be here. This is also a wall. I'm shoved in the corner. I have like a little tiny desk. Well, my fiance has like a massive desk over here that she, at least during the pandemic, taught from home at. And then yeah, I got this doesn't work. I'm in a email chain with Streamlabs to try to get that all figured out, because Streamlabs is broken for me. So that's fun. But yeah, this is gonna be, well, this won't be the setup. I have gameplay ones and stuff like that. But yeah, this is gonna be the main kind of thing I do. Schedule wise, I'm looking at 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. PST on Twitch, Tuesdays through Friday. This Tuesday coming up, what is it, the 17th or 18th? Let me see. Yeah, the 18th. I am going to be starting the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, full franchise playthrough, I think. Because I've actually never played 3. Mass Effect 2 is like one of my favorite games of all time. I actually, there's so much white space behind me and all my Warhammer shit I gotta build. But there's so much white space behind me that I ordered some display art pieces, and one of them's an N7 logo, and then I got a Cyberpunk one, 2077. Because no matter what people said about that game, I fucking love that game. So I have 2 art pieces, so it won't be as white back here. Because I don't plan on bringing out a green screen. Plus, it'd be hard to do the green screen because the wall's right here. But yeah, so it won't be shocking white. I don't know if I'll have them by Tuesday, but I'll have them by next week for sure. They already shipped out, so, but they're coming from the UK. But yeah, let's see. I went into this just kind of rambling. I put notes on my phone. Let me see. Oh yeah. So as far as future game stuff, I know, surprisingly, like, since I've been gone, I'm gonna pull up my analytics real quick, because it's been shocking the amount of time I have gotten like updates that like, oh, you hit like a view milestone or shit like that, while having not been here for over a year. So like just in the last month, I've had 160 hours of my content watched with 1.1k views, which is wild. Also a low for the last 6 months, which is also funny. So it's like people have been still consuming my content, which is awesome. And that content isn't necessarily going to change. Obviously, things like Spellcaster University and Pathfinder are kind of done. Like I did as much as I kind of wanted to with those. There's a chance maybe I pop back into one of them at some point, just to see, you know, how they've updated over the year. Well, I know Pathfinder has like their new games coming, so maybe I'll dip into that when it comes out. But yeah, it's you know, I had the same taste in video games. It's just those ones specifically, I'm just kind of like, I got what I wanted out of them, and plus those ones both started to feel. I was in that spot where it's like, okay, these are doing well, so I feel like I need to do them constantly, and that wasn't as fun. I like to jump around with games. Actually, that's kind of a lie. I get like super addicted to a game and then move on most of the time. Like right now, I'm playing a ton of Apex just because it's so good. And then I put 120 something hours into Cyberpunk, and then me and some buddies have a Minecraft server that we play every once in a while. But those are my games right now. And then yeah, but once no, Mass Effect came out today, and I'll play that. I'll start that on Tuesday because I want it to be, you know, I want the schedule. I want you to be able to jump in on Tuesday and see me start the game. I don't want to start streaming like, because I thought about streaming today. Like I was going to post this video in the morning and then be like, hey, by the way, I'm live. But I didn't want to stream Friday, and then I can't stream Saturday, Sunday. Monday is just kind of like my rest day, because I normally get home super late on was it Monday morning, I guess, because I work, my main working hours are Saturday, Sunday, and it's like, oh, that's not a lot of time to work. I get full-time hours in 2 days. So it's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a little bit of chaos, but my body's adjusted to it. And so basically Monday I wake up at like noon and then start my day. So I figured on Monday, if anything, that's going to be my YouTube videos days, where it's like, oh, I made I have a couple ideas. Like I want to do a small little like mini series thing of kind of explaining myself as a gamer. And so it's like, oh, my top 10 games of all time, which are, you know, not going to be like number 10. I already have it written down, so I won't spoil everything, but number 10's A Bug's Life for the PS1. Like, if you are going to see that and be like, that's a horrible game, and you're right, It's a really bad game, but it's significant to me, so it's in my top 10. But I want to do stuff like that, where it's kind of like, introduction to my gaming. I want to go back and do a. It'd be hard to do. I think I'd actually need an emulator, which is frowned upon or whatever. But I do want to go back and play SOCOM, just for like a 30-minute. Like, oh my god, like I used to be so good at that game. But yeah, so it'll be little things like that where it's like heavily edited and stuff like that. But that is a little bit down the way, because right now I don't know shit about editing other than cutting because that's what I had to do at the start and stop of the videos. And then of course, if anything happens, like the cat knocks something over or I have to do something, then I have like a whole method in which I make a loud sound so I can see it, and then I just clip it. But yeah, so that's the plan going forward. Thank you guys, everybody who stayed, everybody who has watched some content. I still tried to reply to some comments every once in a while. And then on the Discord hasn't been super active, to be honest. I did tell the Discord, because there's like I think 8 people in there. I told them that this was coming, that this video is coming, so they got a little peek at both the new branding and the fact that I was coming back. And yeah, so if you want to join the Discord, the link will be down below. And yeah, if you want to find my Twitch, all that stuff, it should all be in the links below. The full channel rebrand, I'm gonna switch from Elixir of Gaming into Nicholas Knack on Monday, I believe. Once I get up, I'm just gonna make that change. So I'm leaving this up. I'm leaving the goodbye video up, in case you wanted more context or you just forgot over the last 11 months or whatever, which I don't blame you. I'm gonna leave those up until Monday, and then I'll take that one down. I'll leave this video up, I think. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm excited to be back. Obviously, like with all my like updatey videos, I'm rambling and shit. But yeah, it should be a good time. And yeah, hopefully I see you guys on Tuesday the 18th. And yeah, if you guys have any comments, like I said, I do work, my weekends are non-existent outside of work. If I'm home, I'm sleeping. So generally I don't respond to much on Saturday or Sunday, unless it's like, oh, I got to work early and I'm sitting in my car, on my phone. But yeah, so I'll try my best to reply to stuff, any questions or comments on this video today or on Monday when I'm doing the full channel rebrand. I'll figure that out. I don't know. I'm kind of just jumping into this without much. It's odd because last time I came back, I didn't have anywhere near the amount of views and stuff that I have now. Not that I'm big or anything, but like, if I'm averaging, over the course of the thing, I was averaging, 180 hours watched when I wasn't uploading. So it's like somebody's out there consuming a ton of my content. 'Cause I did the math. It was like 5 or 6 hours a day each month of content of mine was being watched. And that's wild. Like, I know that's not a lot. I know there's YouTubers who are like, oh, I average, 1 million hours watched in a given whatever. But it's just for me, who has 500 something subscribers, which is funny. I have more subscribers now than I did when I left. When I left, I dropped like 30 or 40 subscribers. Since then, I've gained like 50 or 60, which is, whatever. I'll take it. I'm not gonna complain. But yeah, that'll be enough rambling. Also, one more thing I forgot to say that was on my little notes on my phone here. I have emotes. They're fucking adorable. They're like chibi versions of my logo. Doing the typical Twitch emote stuff. One's holding a heart, one's angry, one's confused. I only currently have one emote slot on Twitch. I do have a sub button, which I'm surprising they let me keep that, considering I don't think I've streamed in like 2 years. and for some reason they let me keep my affiliate status. So I was like, okay, because I used to stream when I was in college, and I got to the point where I had a sub button, and so that was cool. And so I still have that. So I have an emote slot, and I was gonna show off the emotes today, but they're taking a little bit longer than anticipated. But that's fine because they look great, and I'll have them for Tuesday. So I will. If you want to join the Discord will be down below. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I think it's literally blank. That'll be down below. I also have an Instagram. I'm going to try to... Twitter and Instagram, I was bad about, keeping up with last time as Elixir of Gaming, which, just a side tangent. I hated saying that. I've always been into alchemy in games. And, it was always... I always liked it. Like, going all the way back to, I don't know if anyone, I had a Mac always growing up, so PC games were pain in the ass for me to find and play. The PC games I played the most was the Warcraft 3 demo, and then there's this MMO. It had 25 people in the server. The RPG called Oberyn is super old. You could look it up if you want. Your characters look like garbage, but I didn't know what I was doing. I was 13, and I was like, everybody keeps standing on these steps, which were the market. Everybody's asking for potions. I'm gonna make a cleric and in that game the cleric was basically the alchemist. And I'm just going to go pick some flowers and then sell all these potions and make a bunch of money. And I did. I was level 2, just absolutely loaded with money. It was beautiful. And then when I finally picked up World of Warcraft, I did kind of the same thing where I was in vanilla, I just crafted potions constantly. And I'd sit in Stormwind and be like, oh, potions. Fire resist potions, all that shit. And so that's where the Elixir of Gaming thing came from. But as someone who's never properly had a nickname other than Knick-Knack, and then when I played baseball, I was Picnic, which I fucking hated. Hated that nickname so much. But yeah, as someone who just never had nicknames, I still am not... I just don't like calling myself other stuff other than Nick or Nicholas. And then Knack came naturally. So yeah, that's a weird tangent. But yeah, there's going to be emotes. I don't know. I'm just excited to be back. I got baby Yoda over my shoulder. I bought this shelf, and I was like, oh, if I ever go back to, YouTube or Twitch, it'll look cool behind me. And then I realized I bought a shorter one because me and my fiance were going back and forth on how tall it should be. Because kids and stuff eventually, and it's I don't want to fall, be very tall and thin like I've had in the past, and then that one be easier to fall. And so I went with a shorter one, and then I realized you can't see anything on it. But I do have just a ton of essentially knickknacks. Let's be honest, Funkos are knickknacks for the most part, but yeah, I got all that shit. So it's I don't know, my area is a mess, but hopefully some art, makes it nicer. I don't know. But yeah, so all the things to follow now are below. The channel's obviously being kept. It'll just be rebranded. This is a summary in case you skip to the end, because this is a 25-minute video now. But I also feel like I owed a good explanation for everything. But yeah, all the links for everything will be below. The YouTube stays the same. It'll just be rebranded. The Twitch is still my super old Twitch. That one, I think I rebranded that at one point to Elixir of Gaming, but I never streamed on it. And then I might have done it once or twice, now that I think about it. But yeah, that's gonna be the main thing, and that's rebranded. It's just twitch.tv/Nicholas Knack. The socials are Nicholas Knack TTV. just because Nicholas Knack was taken on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, then the YouTube will be Nicholas Knack if I ever get to the point where they give me my own goddamn URL. But yeah, so yeah, follow all that stuff if you enjoyed my content prior and want to see me live. I know it's kind of a weird time for a lot of people for me to stream, but it matches so well with my fiance's schedule that I like those times. And plus I'm not committing to 8 hours a day. Like, that's what I did the first time I tried Twitch. I was like, I'm going to stream 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, because you have to get popular. But it's just like, I'll just do 4 hours, 4 days a week. And, if I have 10 viewers, fine. Like, this is more for my, I'm bad at art. I didn't do any of this. Writing wise, I get writer's block super easy, so writing can be hard for me. Even though I enjoy it so much. And so I feel like playing games and sharing that excitement for stuff and just, chatting with people and stuff like that is like, it fills that creative need. Even though it's not super creative, but it's just enough to fulfill a need. And so that's what this is an outlet. This is a hobby. I'm not going into it like I'm going to be the next XQC or fucking, Sykkuno or somebody. I'm just going to go have some fun, play one of my favorite franchises of all time to start it off, and then, figure out what's coming out from there. Obviously, I still want to do Let's Tries because I did really like those, and there's something fun about having these indie developers contact me and be like, hey, thanks for playing the game, stuff like that. Like one indie developer actually used my video as one of their promotional things, which I thought was super dope. So yeah, that's fun. So I want to bring that back to some extent. At first, I'm gonna do Mass Effect 1, 2, 3. I should be able to knock that out in a month, probably. If we're doing 4 hours, what is that? 16 hours per week. Probably gonna take longer than a month. Let's be honest. Those games aren't that short. But yeah, I'll sprinkle in Let's Plays or Let's Tries or whatever. That'll probably just be YouTube content. Now that I think about it. Maybe that's what I'll do. Coming up with ideas mid-video. But yeah, I might sprinkle in some Let's Tries. Damn. I'm looking at it because on my other screen here, if I'm ever looking over here, I'm looking at chat if it's Twitch. And in this video, it's my analytics shit right now. But man, that's something I didn't think about. It's like, God, I love doing Let's Tries because I'd find weird shit. Like, I love doing the dating sim where you've dated, not anthropomorphized. What do you call it? What's the word? When something's humanized, whatever, but humanoid forms of ketchup, mustard, relish, shit like that. Like, that was fun. Like, that was stupid. And I only did one 30 or 45-minute video on it. But, that's just fun. And so, I might have to do that. Check for Mondays. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know how soon I'm going to do this, but check for Mondays. Mondays will have some content pretty soon, I think. Yeah. And if you have specifically for indie games, like I'm talking small indie games, not like, oh, here's an indie game, here's Stardew Valley, Binding of Isaac. No. If you have a true it's on itch.io or even a super has 50 reviews Steam game that's pretty cheap. Send it. I have a tab in my Discord that's for game recommendations. Put them there. I might do a Let's Try on them, just because I love finding weird, cute games that I can just kind of play for a moment. I don't necessarily plan on a series, but I just play it just to try it, have some fun. I like that, and it kind of breaks up the not the monotony, but it breaks up I'll be Mass Effected out by the end of the 3. So if I can break that up with doing Let's Tries on the YouTube channel, I will. But yeah, this video's gone on for 30 minutes. Didn't plan on it being that long, but hopefully you guys appreciate the full explanation and some rambling. You guys should be used to that if you're still hanging around, especially if you're still watching the content. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for coming back if you're viewing this video, and yeah, hopefully you join me on Twitch. Hopefully you don't hate the rebrand. Hopefully you feel like it's the same content that you subscribed for in the first place. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. See ya.